Hello and welcome to Waylander's Wandering World. It's Sunday the 9th of July 2023 and we're going to go through the Sunday preview from Games Workshop. This week featuring all the new Warhammer 40,000 starter sets for their 10th edition. Kicking off this run we have the Warhammer 40,000 rulebook in hardback containing all the core rules and everything that we need to know to play the game. Don't forget that this is also available as a free download, but this small format hardback book is the ideal gaming companion. That's just a touch smaller than an A5 format with a black ribbon page marker containing all the rules in its smexy 64 pages. So basically guys, if you don't want to be grubbing through your phone or your pad while you're playing a game, have the rule book to hand. Can't hurt, can it? To accompany this, we have a number of starter sets, starting with the introductory starter set that will feature 10 Termagants, a Ripper Swarm, and 5 Infernus Marines, along with some paints, clippers, brush, ruler, dice, and a battle board. But don't forget, this is only a 48-page introductory rule set. So tutorials, basic missions, enough to get you going, but at some stage I would say you are going to need to get the rule book. But this is a nice, cheap and cheerful introduction to get you and your mate into the game. Bish bosh, away we go. Next we have the mid-level Warhammer 40,000 starter set containing the Warhammer 40,000 handbook, a Space Marine Captain in Terminator armor, 5 Terminators facing off against the Winged Tyranid Prime, Psychophage, 3 Von Rhein's Leapers, and 10 more Termagants and a Ripper Swarm, plus the items contained in the introductory box. Again, this will be your next step up. The only thing that isn't in this that's in the other one are the paints and brushes, etc. So really it is up to you. If I was going to go for it and wasn't sure, I would go for the earlier one. Given the cash, go for this one. And failing that, we can always go for the final iteration, which is the ultimate starter set. For the ultimate beginner, we have everything contained in the previous starter set, plus some STC hab bunkers and 8 stockade walls so that you've got some terrain to play on. You also get 2 full combat patrols, which are the Space Marines and Tyranids, the gaming boards, which are double-sided, and the core rulebook. So if you're really sure and you want to get into this at the best level, this is probably the one to go for. I'm not going to choose for you. To be honest, I've been playing for a long time. I've bought the rulebook. So, you know, in fact, I bought Leviathan because it seemed like a great deal to me at the time. But you do you. Go for what you want. If Leviathan becomes available again, get Leviathan because I think it's the best deal of the lot. But honestly, all of these are good starter sets and will get you playing the game at a level you can enjoy. Also for Warhammer 40,000 we have the Little Librarian in Terminator armor, which is an absolutely gorgeous model. Look at these light source effects in the runes and on his hand. This is just an absolutely fantastic miniature. I'm quite looking forward to painting my one that came in the Leviathan box. This is fantastic, and if you're buying the starter set and want to increase your collection to full combat patrol, or you just want to snag yourself a nice miniature, get this guy and he will bring you up to scratch straight away, and he will kick butt, as they say. For the Tyranids, we have a box of Barb Gaunts, which is 5 Barb Gaunts to expand your starter set into a Tyranid's combat patrol, the largest of the Gaunt genus to be identified by Imperial observers. These hunched creatures are slaves to their wriggling ganglion parasites, unleashing volleys of explosive barbs from their bio cannons. And they look kind of cool too, don't you think? These are really nice miniatures. We are getting some good new sculpts for the Tyranids, which is frankly not before time. Next up, we see the Infernus Marines paint set containing 3 Marines, a starter brush, and 6 paints, which will get you going and allow you to field, well, a very small unit of warriors and, you know, get your ass in gear. On the other side of that coin, we have the Termagants and Ripper Swarm paint set, which is 3 Termagants and a Ripper Swarm, which definitely look like older sculpts to me, but I cannot be sure. But you also get your starter brush and 6 paint, so you can get going. And of course, the crowning achievement of the paint and tool sets is this one with mold line remover, paintbrush, nippers, and what's that, 10 paints? That's 5, 14 paints, 13 paints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 5, 8 and 5, 13. So yes, 13 paints. See, doing maths on camera. How cool am I? Woo. Maths on camera, what an idiot. Anyway, this is not a bad deal. If you've already got miniatures and you just want to get the paint set and get going, get this one, because, you know, brush, nippers, mold line remover, and paint, you're laughing, you're on your way. I mean, you'll mostly be painting Tyranids and Ultramarines from what I can see there, but, you know, Tyranids and Ultramarines are still pretty cool. That's it for the Warhammer 40,000 and Citadel Rangers this week. Next up, we see for Warhammer the Horus Heresy, Sons of Horus Decurion Lanius. Decurion Lanius is a tank commander unique to the Sons of Horus, emerging from the later days of the Heresy. These hatch-mounted enforcers maintain the War Master's grip by callously executing any allies who fall out of line. Designed to work with the plastic Deimos pattern Predator, the Sicarian battle tank, the Sicarian Punisher, or the Kratos heavy assault tank, this resin miniature also comes with a choice of heads, so helmed or unhelmed. And I don't know what it is about Space Marine officers going around with no hat on. I would certainly be wearing my helm anywhere there is that much bullets flying through the air, but maybe that's just me. Next up, we're looking at Blood Bowl. We have Ripper Bolgrot, the troll, absolutely covered in brains for a troll. And Ripper Bolgrot has the dubious honour of being the smartest troll in all of Blood Bowl. Which, you know, to be honest, isn't saying a lot, but hey, you do you. He has the ability to reroll 1 die that isn't an armor, injury, or casualty roll per half to boot. This Regent Star player is usable by the Badlands Brawl and the Underworld Challenge teams and comes with his rules in the box. And for all you kit bashers and modders out there, this is definitely going to be something to put on your list. Next, we're looking at the Black Library, where it's the Black Library Character Day 2023, and they have their own eShorts subscription featuring 5 stories by authors Justin D. Hill, Darius Hinks, Rob Young, Lane Merciel, and Denny Flowers, featuring beloved characters such as Minka Lesk, Neve Blacktalon, and Gotrek himself. This subscription starts on Monday and the stories will be available from the 10th of July until the 14th. For our French and German cousins, we are looking at Darius Hinks' Leviathan novel, coming out in paperback and ebook format very soon. And last but not least this week, we're looking at White Dwarf 490, featuring a 10th edition battle report, designer's notes and more, and get a leg up on the competition with the free Warhammer 40,000 quick reference cards, also featuring the final chapter of the Grombrindal series by Chris Thurston. That is the lot for this week, short and sweet, just like me. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I also have Ko-fi and Patreon for those who wish to go that extra step, though to be quite honest, the fact that you've just watched it is enough for me. If you are making pre-orders for items that are available other than directly from Games Workshop, I highly suggest you use your friendly local game store. They are the heart and soul of this hobby. I use Mighty Lancer Games in Bridlington. I think you should too. They will give you up to 20% off your RRP on all Games Workshop products and give me a little kickback in return for sending them a new customer. So they get a new customer, you get 20% off, I get a little kickback. I think we all win. Anyway, that's enough for me for this week. I love all your faces. I've been Waylander. You've been amazing, and goodbye.